5 talking points as Man United's Ralf Rangnick revolution rolls on against Norwich. Manchester United secured a precious 3 points away at Norwich City after Cristiano Ronaldo's late penalty. United were hardly at their vintage best against Dean Smith's side, who were valiant in defence for much of the tie. The second half actually marked a slight shift in momentum, with Norwich giving United's defence something to think about it with a spell of pressure accumulating in a flurry of corners. However, after Ronaldo was deemed to have been fouled in the box by Max Aarons with 75 minutes played, the 36-year-old made no mistake from 12 yards. Here are 5 talking points as a Ronaldo-inspired United leapfrogged Arsenal into 5th with a win at Carrow Road. Have your say. Will Manchester United finish in the top 4? Join the debate here. Ronaldo has spent a large portion of his second spell at United operating as a lone striker as part of a front three, most commonly aided by Sancho and Greenwood on either flank. However, with a new manager comes new philosophies and Rangnick opted to deploy a pairing of Ronaldo and Rashford up front. It had very little success, with Rashford constantly misplacing passes and failing to find a teammate. United's first clear-cut chance fell to the feet of Ronaldo, who saw his effort parried by Canaries keeper Tim Krul. Feeding off scraps for much of the contest, the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner's frustration boiled over as he vented his annoyance with referee Darren England as the players trudged off at halftime. Though the Portugal international converted emphatically from the penalty spot, his threat was quelled throughout. Fresh off of the momentum last week's league victory over Crystal Palace provided, many had tipped Rangnick's men to come out of the blocks in impressive fashion against Norwich. What followed was very much the opposite, a lethargic first half littered with stray passes and unsuccessful take-on attempts. Rashford was spotted meandering back to the halfway line after having his pocket picked, a habit Rangnick will look to stamp out quickly given his emphasis on gegenpressing and defending from the front. Former United full-back Gary Neville was damning in his assessment of United's first 45 minutes, while on commentary for Sky Sports, claiming, "I expected United to come out really sharp, but also being ferocious by pressing really high, but it's just been the opposite." Manchester United are not really applying any pressure to Norwich at all. They look really comfortable in possession. Bruno Fernandes was the guiltiest party, losing possession with 36% of the 47 first-half touches he enjoyed. Since his dismissal from Aston Villa and arrival at Carrow Road, not only have Norwich taken 5 points from his 4 games at the helm, they have looked a much better team. This was exhibited yet again against United tonight, as the Canaries defended valiantly and nullified the threat of a number of the vast array of Red Devils matchwinners. Reducing their visitors to pot shots for the majority of the game, Smith can take heart from how much he has improved the Norwich backline in such a short space of time. Teemu Pukki proved a handful up front, holding the ball up well and forcing David De Gea into a stellar stop midway through the second half. Though the result marks back-to-back defeats, Smith will remain confident he can turn the tide on the Canaries' hopes of survival. International teammates Scott McTominay and Billy Gilmour have often shared a midfield when on duty with the Scotland national team, but they were competing directly against each other tonight at Carrow Road. United's McTominay has been in the news over the past few days after comments made on his playing style. The midfielder pressed on remarks Rangnick made after the Crystal Palace win suggesting he made too many square passes. However, he was guilty of that at times against the Canaries, McTominay often opting for the safer pass for the majority of the first half before improving as the game went on. Gilmour shone a tad brighter, allowed more time on the ball than maybe even he expected as United struggle in the early stages of Rangnick's demand to become pressing monsters. Having gone 2 decades without a sports psychologist at the club, United now have one sitting on the bench alongside boss Rangnick. Sasha Lenz was spotted in the away dugout at Carrow Road as Rangnick looks to reupholster United's structure and transform their fortunes after 4 years and counting without any form of silverware. Lenz worked with Rangnick for 3 years at German outfit RB Leipzig, and the new United interim boss has described recruiting the psychologist as absolutely logical as the club are to return to their former glories. "The players and everybody in our team should think in the right way," United's new manager explained. "Whenever we speak about football we know that the major part is up here the head. What do you think? How do you analyze the situation?" It is unclear whether Lenz offers his insight throughout the game or waits for the post-match debrief.